Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's topic is about the mechanism of hormone action and the mechanism of hormones. Those hormones included those hormones, particular kind of hormones. Their receptors are located on plasma membrane, are also known as hormones with cell surface receptors. So आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे मोड ऑफ एक्शन ऑफ सच हार्मोन्स जिनके रिसेप्टर्स जो हैं वो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन में लोकेटेड होते हैं और द हार्मोन्स the receptors are present at also known as the cell surface receptors, or the receptors are located at plasma membrane. So as we discussed earlier about that the protein hormones or the peptide hormones are including the catecholamines, for example epinephrine or norepinephrine, some other kind of the chemical messengers including eicosanoids, in which the prostaglandins are the most important type of the chemical messengers. Their receptors are present or located at plasma membrane. So protein hormones, peptide hormones, catecholamines and eicosanoids के केस में जो receptors हैं, जो इन हार्मोन्स की टारगेट साइट्स हैं, वो रिसेप्टर्स प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर या सेल सरफेस के ऊपर लोकेटेड होते हैं. When such kind of hormones or the chemical messenger bind to a receptors, then they initiate a series of chemical events, and such series of chemical events leads to the generation of a second kind of chemical messenger, which is known as second chemical messenger. So first hormone, which is maybe protein in nature or maybe biogenic amine, as in case of catecholamines, or that may be a fatty acid in nature, as in case of eicosanoids. So such chemical messenger are hormones, those are known as first chemical messengers. So proteins, catecholamines and eicosanoids are first chemical messengers. So once such kind of hormones binds to the receptors at the target site, then these hormone initiates a series of chemical events or a series of chemical reactions, and such chemical events generates a second kind of messenger and known as a second signal molecule, or also known as a second messenger. So hormone is the first chemical messenger, and then after the binding of the hormone with the receptor, a second chemical messenger is generated, or a second chemical messenger is formed. So the second chemical messenger then triggers or initiates a series of molecular interactions. So such molecular interactions change or alter the physiological state of the cell. So in case of the peptide hormones or the protein hormones or the hormones which are known as water soluble, तो जो ये वाटर सॉल्युबल या प्रोटीन हार्मोन्स होते हैं, क्योंकि ये रिस्ट्रिक्टेड होते हैं, इनके रिसेप्टर्स जो होते हैं वो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर प्रेजेंट होते हैं. एज सच केमिकल मैसेंजर्स आर वाटर सॉल्युबल, सो जो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है वो लिपिड सॉल्युबल है, सो ये डिफ्यूज नहीं कर सकते, ये अक्रॉस द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन जो है ये साइटोप्लाज्म में एंटर नहीं हो सकते. सो जो इनके रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं दे आर लोकेटेड एट प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. सो फर्स्ट जो केमिकल मैसेंजर है वो हार्मोन इटसेल्फ है, जो कि आके रिसेप्टर के साथ बाइंड करता है. देन इन रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन द रिसेप्टर एंड द हार्मोन, देन एक सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर जो है वो जनरेट होता है, और वो सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर जो है नाउ जो है वो इनकॉर्पोरेट करता है इनटू द सेल इंटरनल रीजन और द सेल साइटोप्लाज्म, एंड देन दिस सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर alters the physiological state of the cell. So जो final change आता है या जो फाइनल इवेंचुअली जो फाइनल फिजियोलॉजिकल रिस्पांस जनरेट होता है, दैट इज काज्ड बाय द सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर. सो इस सारे प्रोसेस को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए वी यूज अनदर टर्म, एंड दिस इज नोन एज सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन. So for the second chemical process of the or mode of action through the second chemical messenger is also known as a signal transduction mechanism, or it's also known as signal transduction. So next we talk about the structure of the cell surface receptors. So as in case of water soluble hormones, their receptors are located at the cell surface or the plasma membrane. So about the structure of the cell surface receptors, cell surface receptor must contains three different kind of domains. So first domain is the extracellular domain, and then the transmembrane domains, and the third one are cytoplasmic or intracellular domains. In case of the extracellular domains, some portion of the receptors is exposed outside or to the external side of the cell, and this portion or this residue or the component of the receptor is responsible for binding to the particular kind of hormone. So extracellular domains जो होती हैं किसी भी receptor की, वो cell की जो external side है, जो peripheral side होती है, जो outer side है cell की, उस direction में oriented होती हैं, और ये responsible होती हैं या ये वो sites हैं जिनके साथ hormones जो है वो bind करते हैं. And such regions of the receptors or the extracellular domains are also known as ligand binding domains. So extracellular domains which are also known as ligand binding domains, ये receptors की external या वो sites होती हैं जो कि outside पे expose हो रही होती हैं, और इनका function क्या होता है कि ये हार्मोन की binding जो है इनके लिए ये वो sites हैं जहाँ पे आके हार्मोन्स जो है वो bind करते हैं. Then next are transmembrane domains. So transmembrane domains are actually present within the lipid bilayer. ठीक है, and these transmembrane domains are the transmembrane component of the receptors are consist of hydrophobic hydrophobic stretches of amino acids. Okay, and they are present within the lipid bilayer, and their function is to anchor the receptors in the membrane. So transmembrane domains वो होती हैं जो कि receptors के जो मिडल वाला रीजन है रिसेप्टर्स का, जो कि प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर एम्बेडेड होता है, पर्टिकुलरली दे आर इन द लिपिड बाइलेयर, और इनका फंक्शन क्या है कि ये एनकवर करती है रिसेप्टर्स को विद इन द मेम्ब्रेन. नेक्स्ट जो कंपोनेंट है सेल सरफेस रिसेप्टर्स का, वो है साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट और द साइटोप्लाज्मिक डोमेन्स. साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट जो है इसको टेल या लूप्स ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स दोज आर विद इन द साइटोप्लाज्म प्रेजेंट होती हैं, और ये रिएक्ट रिजल्ट ऑफ द जब कोई भी हार्मोन जो है वो बाइंड करता है या रिजेक्ट करता है रिसेप्टर की जो एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डिमांड होती है, तो ऑब्वियसली कुछ साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स. So जो cytoplasmic domain of interaction of the hormone and receptor at the extracellular domain, then there must be some kind of conformational change or a particular kind of a change occurs at the cytoplasmic domain or the intracellular domain of the receptor. So this
मुझे स्लाइड शो नहीं हो रही, पहले हो रही थी अब नहीं हो रही.
स्लाइड
मैम पहले हो रही थी, अब
स्लाइड विजिबल नहीं है.
यस मैम.
ओके, अब आपको शो हो रही है स्लाइड्स? So we were talking about the structure of cell surfaces. Yes. Is there any issue?
मैम मुझे विजिबल नहीं है स्लाइड. मैम रिकनेक्ट करूं मैं, मे भी शो हो जाए.
ओके, आप दोबारा से ज्वाइन कर लें. So the third component of the cell surface receptors are the cytoplasmic or the intracellular domains. So the cytoplasmic or the intracellular domains are modified in result of the interaction between the hormone and receptors at the extracellular domain. So in result of such interaction, some kind of modifications are occurred at the cytoplasmic site of the receptor. So, and such modifications are such change in the structure of the cytoplasmic site of the receptor, leading to the generation of another kind of chemical messenger, which is known as second chemical messenger. तो सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर जो है वो रिसेप्टर की साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट के ऊपर जनरेट होते हैं एंड देन साइटोप्लाज्मिक रेसिड्यूज ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स आर आल्सो नोन एज इफेक्टर रीजन ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल। सो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द सेल सरफेस रिसेप्टर की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें सेल सरफेस रिसेप्टर जो हैं उनकी 3 डोमेन्स हैं या कंसिस्ट करते हैं 3 डोमेन्स पे, एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डोमेन, ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन डोमेन एंड साइटोप्लाज्मिक डोमेन। सो ट्रांसमेम्ब्रेन डोमेन इनको लिगेंड बाइंडिंग डोमेन्स कहते हैं विच आर exposed to the outside of the cell and interact or bind to the hormone.
सॉरी मैम, नहीं शो हो रही, फिर भी रिजॉइन किया फिर भी शो नहीं हो रही। मैम अब शो होगी है।
So the transmembrane domains, those are present in within the lipid bilayer, and their function is to encode the receptors to the encode the receptors in the membrane. And third one are the cytoplasmic or the intracellular domains. Cytoplasmic are the intracellular domains that actually are responsible for the production or the generation of the second chemical messenger, and they are known as effector region of the molecule. As you can see in this slide, here are the structure of some cell surface receptors. As the first one is the structure of a simple cell surface receptor. As the epidermal are the growth factors bearing such kind of structures, so they are known as the simple cell surface receptors. So in जो simple cell surface receptors होते हैं उनमें एक single जो है वो unit जो है present होता है. So the next one are known as another type of the cell surface receptor, as for example in case of the insulin, such kind of receptors are present for insulin hormones. Insulin receptors हैं, they are containing more than one subunits. As you can see in the case of epidermal growth factors, only a single subunit is present and is present across the plasma membrane. And in case of the insulin receptors, there are more than one subunits are present, so they are more complex as compared to the simple epidermal growth factor receptors. The third one, which are known as in case of the beta adrenergic receptors, they are more complex form of the cell surface receptors, and such receptors forming the certain or the various types of loops or turns within the plasma across the plasma membrane. So they are more complex as compared to the other kind of the cell surface receptors. So next week we'll discuss about the various types of second chemical messengers. So in case of the second membrane mechanism or the second messenger pathway, certain kind of the chemical messengers are generated which are known as second messengers at the cytoplasmic site of the receptors, and such are known as the number one is the cyclic AMP is a kind of second chemical messenger, and then a protein kinase activity is also which also acts as a second in certain cases that we have discussed about in a previous lecture. We discussed about the in certain cases some receptors are associated with protein or certain enzymes act as receptors. So as in case of the protein kinases, so protein kinases are also known as the tyrosine kinases. Those act as an second chemical as a type of cell surface receptors. Cyclic AMP, protein kinase activity, and the calcium are the phosphoinositides or phosphatidyl inositol. So and the other one is known as cyclic GMP. So second chemical messengers में cyclic AMP है, then the phosphate protein kinase activity है, then which also act as a second chemical messenger in case of protein kinase receptors, and then the calcium ions also act as a second chemical messenger, and phosphoinositides, and then cyclic GMP. Cyclic AMP is generated as a second chemical messenger in case of the hormones such as catecholamines, glucagon, and luteinizing hormones or the follicle stimulating hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, And protein kinase activity is in case of insulin, growth hormones, prolactin, oxytocin, and erythropoietin. Calcium are phosphoinositides are in case of epinephrine, norepinephrine, angiotensins, and antidiuretic hormones. Are also in case of the gonadotropin and thyroid releasing hormones. And the cyclo-GMP is in case of the nitric oxide, which is actually a gas, and it's also act as a chemical messenger. So now we talk about the action of the water-soluble hormones, how the water-soluble hormones acts upon a target site or through the cell surface receptor. So first of all, water-soluble hormones diffuses from the outer fluid or blood or through the interstitial fluid, and then they binds to the cell surface receptors. And रिसेप्टर्स की ये जो एक्सटीरियर साइड है या जो एक्सटर्नल डोमेन है उसके साथ जाके बाइंड करते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो वाटर सॉल्युबल हार्मोन्स हैं ये ब्लड से डिफ्यूज करते हैं या फिर इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड से, एंड देन दे बाउंड टू द एक्सटर्नल साइड ऑफ द रिसेप्टर एट द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. Then after binding of the hormone with the receptor, the receptor hormone complex is formed, and the hormone receptor complex in resulting activates a particular kind of proteins which are very important proteins of the plasma membrane, and those are known as the G proteins. So ये जो रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स है, हार्मोन रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स है, ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन में जी प्रोटीन्स को एक्टिवेट कर देता है. सो द हार्मोन रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स activates a membrane protein which are known as the G proteins, and G proteins are known as GTP binding proteins. So upon activation of the G protein, they in resulting activates the another enzyme which is also present in the plasma membrane, and it's known as adenylate cyclase enzyme. So first of all, water soluble hormones diffuses from blood to the cell surface receptors, and then a hormone receptor complex is formed, and then this hormone receptor complex activates G proteins, and then G proteins in resulting activates the enzymes which are known as adenylate cyclase. So G proteins activates adenylate cyclase enzymes. So such receptors are also known as G protein coupled receptors. So in such cases, the G proteins are associated at the base of the receptor. So such receptors are known as such kind of the water soluble hormone receptors are known as G protein coupled receptors. So G protein coupled receptors upon its activation activates the G proteins, and then G proteins activates adenylate cyclase enzymes. So what is the function of the adenylate cyclase enzyme? So upon the activation of the adenylate cyclase, the adenylate cyclase enzyme then converts ATP into the cyclic AMP. So cyclase enzyme जो है वो cyclic activity perform करता है. ये adenosine triphosphate को या ATP को convert कर देता है into its unstable or highly reactive form, which is known as cyclic AMP. So as the enzyme active site is located at the inner side of the plasma membrane, so this reaction occurs in the cytosol of the cell. So ये जो production of the cyclic AMP है, ये chemical reaction cytosol में होता है. So then the third one is now what the function of the cyclic AMP? So cyclic AMP acts as a second chemical messenger. Cyclic AMP then activates one or the more protein kinases. So cyclic AMP जो कि एक second chemical messenger है जो कि cytosol के अंदर जो है वो generate होता है. This cyclic AMP जो है ये activate करता है in resulting one or more protein kinases. So protein kinases जो हैं, जो kinase family की proteins होती हैं, इनका major function जो है ये phosphorylation cause करती हैं. So the addition of the phosphate groups to certain other proteins or enzymes is the function of protein kinases. ठीक है? So cyclic AMP then activates one or more protein kinases. So such protein kinases which may be free are bounded to the plasma membranes, or which are freely present inside the cytosol. So the protein kinases are actually the enzyme that phosphorylates, so add a phosphate group to some other cellular proteins or enzymes. So जब ये एक्टिवेट होती हैं तो इनका फंक्शन क्या होता है, ये कुछ दूसरी प्रोटीन्स या एंजाइम्स को के अंदर जो फॉस्फेट ग्रुप है उसको ऐड करते हैं. So by the addition of the phosphate group to certain other proteins or enzymes क्या है, ये उनकी एक्टिवेशन काज करता है या फिर इनएक्टिवेशन काज कर देता है. So the donor of the phosphate group is ATP, which is then when it loses the phosphate group, then it's converted into ATP, ADP. So first type की हम बात करें थे second chemical messenger की, which is known as cyclic AMP. So first of all, जब कोई भी हार्मोन, फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे हम एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं एज ग्लूकागॉन. सो ग्लूकागॉन जो है वो एक प्रोटीन हार्मोन है. सो वंस द ग्लूकागॉन बाइंड्स टू द साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट at the external site of the receptor, so at that time such receptors are known as G protein coupled receptors. So जब हार्मोन जो है वो कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाते हैं साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट पे, तो दे मस्ट अल्टर और मॉडिफाई और एक्टिवेट द प्रोटीन्स व्हिच आर नोन एज G प्रोटीन, जो कि उनकी बेस के ऊपर प्रेजेंट होती हैं. So once G proteins are activated, then these G proteins, such G proteins activates another kind of enzyme. Those are present in the plasma membrane, are known as adenylate cyclase enzyme. So adenylate cyclase enzyme जो है वो साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट के ऊपर within the cytosol जो है वो cyclic activity perform करते हैं, and then they convert ATP into cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP acts as a second chemical messenger. This cyclic AMP bind to the many protein kinases which are present within the cell cytoplasm, and the function of the protein kinases is to phosphorylate some other cellular proteins or enzymes. So once the cellular proteins are phosphorylated, so it means such proteins are activated and they perform certain kind of functions or physiological responses within the cell. So phosphorylation activates some of proteins, or in other cases it inactivates some other proteins. So function of the protein kinases is actually to turning a switch on or off. So might be कि ये कुछ proteins की cellular proteins को activate कर देती हैं या फिर inactivate कर देती हैं. So different type of kinases proteins are present within the cell. So they generates different kind of physiological responses. For example, as in case of the glucagon, so protein kinase might trigger the glucagon synthesis, or in second case might be as another kind of the protein kinase causes the breakdown of the triglycerides, or in a third kind of the protein kinase may initiate or may promote a synthesis of some other kind of protein. So cell must contains the various kind of the protein kinases. So upon their activation by cyclic AMP, they generate are actually responsible for several kind of the physiological responses within the cell. So after a brief period, then an enzyme which is known as phosphodiesterase enzyme, then it inactivates cyclic AMP. So ऐसा नहीं है कि cyclic AMP once they are generated within the cell, then they continuously protein kinases को activate करते रहेंगे, बल्कि cell के अंदर regulation के लिए एक और set of enzymes हैं which are known as phosphodiesterases. Phosphodiesterases जो हैं ये inactivate कर देते हैं cyclic AMP को, and thus the cell response is turned off unless the new hormone molecules continue to bind to their receptors in the plasma membrane. So once जो है वो phosphodiesterase जो है वो cyclic AMP के साथ bind करती हैं, तो उसको inactivate कर देती हैं. Then again ये जो cell response है वो stop हो जाता है until के कोई new hormone जो है वो जो आके receptor में plasma membrane के साथ आके bind करेगा, and then again जो है ये reaction जो है वो start हो जाएगा या initiate हो जाएगा. So as you can see in this figure, um, so as a ligand, which is actually a peptide or any kind of water soluble hormone which acts as a ligand molecule. Site of the receptor, G proteins are associated. So after the interaction of the receptor and the hormone, G proteins are activated. So then the G proteins activates the adenylate cyclase enzymes. Adenylate cyclase enzyme then converts or transforms ATP to cyclic AMP. This cyclic AMP acts or function as a second chemical messenger within the cell cytoplasm. And the function of the the cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP is highly reactive, and this cyclic AMP readily binds to the protein kinases, and the protein kinases is the family of the enzymes, or a group of enzymes. So cyclic AMP binds to the protein. This active form of the pKa then generate a cellular response within the cell. Binding of hormone from the binding of a hormone, the first messenger to the cell surface receptors. So this interaction of the receptor and the hormones then activates the adenylate cyclase enzyme, and then adenylate cyclase enzyme was actually responsible for a cyclic activity, and this cyclic activity is the conversion of ATP into cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP rejects a second chemical messenger. Then cyclic AMP, in other words, also cyclic AMP activates some other adenylate cyclic enzymes, and also the function of the cyclic AMP is to function to the protein kinases, and then when the cyclic AMP binds to the protein kinases, they and the whole process is ended or stops when the phosphodiesterase, another such of the enzyme, inactivates cyclic AMP. Discuss about another type of second chemical messenger, and it's known as phosphatidyl, which is known as another kind of a second chemical messenger system. The first one are known as the cyclic B, and the second one are known as phosphatidol. So phosphatidol, inositol, or the components are the minor components of the membrane lipids. So phosphatidyl, inositol are present in the structure of membrane lipids, and they also serve as a second chemical messenger. So phosphatidyl inositol, upon its hydrolysis or breakdown, it break down into three components, or it contains three components. One is known as DAG, or known as diacyl glycerol. Other one is known as IP3, or inositol triphosphate. And third one is known as arachidonic. So phosphatidyl inositol is a second system, are also known as the second chemical messengers. So इसमें जब ये
मैम
डिग्रेड
आवाज
होता
बहुत
है,
कट आ रही
जब इसका ब्रेक डाउन होता है, इसकी होती है, तो दैट टाइम
है। मैम
थ्री
आवाज कट रही है, आवाज
कंपोनेंट्स जो है वो
क्लियर नहीं
जनरेट होते हैं, जो कि सेकंड केमिकल मैसेंजर्स के तौर पे रोल प्ले करते हैं। वन ओके, अब आपको मेरी आवाज क्लियर आ रही है? हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, क्या आपको मेरी आवाज क्लियर आ रही है?
यस मैम।
Okay, we are talking about the another second messenger, and this second messenger system is known as phosphatidyl inositol system. Phosphatidyl inositol जो है ये बेसिक कंपोनेंट है जो मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर जो लिपिड्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. सो वन ऑफ द कंपोनेंट ऑफ द मेम्ब्रेन लिपिड इज नोन एज phosphatidyl inositol. This phosphatidyl inositol is also involved in the formation of second chemical messengers. So when phosphatidyl inositol है, it's actually consists of fatty acids and carbohydrate components. So when phosphatidyl inositol is break down into its subcomponents, and it break down into three subcomponents. So one is known as diacyl glycerol, other one is known as inositol triphosphate, and third one is arachidonic acid. So in this figure, you can see the mode of action or the mechanism of action related to the second system, which is known as phosphatidyl inositol. So a ligand or a hormone binds to the receptors, and here are also, in this case, the receptors are G protein coupled receptors. So जो इसकी external site है or the peripheral site है, यहाँ पे आके हार्मोन्स जो हैं वो bind करते हैं इस particular site के ऊपर. So after the binding of the hormone and the receptor, a hormone receptor complex is formed. Then जब पेरिफेरल साइट के ऊपर रिसेप्टर और हार्मोन का इंटरेक्शन होता है, तो इवेंचुअली जो रिसेप्टर है इसके अंदर कुछ कन्फर्मेशनल चेंज आता है. दिस कन्फर्मेशनल चेंज इज लीडिंग टू द चेंज इन द कन्फर्मेशन ऑफ द जी प्रोटीन्स. दोज आर एसोसिएटेड एट द साइटोप्लाज्मिक साइट ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स. सो देन this conformational change or modification in the structure of the G protein activates the G protein, and then upon the activation of the G proteins, then the G proteins activates another kind of the enzymes which are present in the plasma membrane and the cytoplasmic site, and known as phospholipase C. So such G protein coupled G proteins upon their activation activates an enzyme which is known as phospholipase C enzyme. So this phospholipase C enzyme is responsible for the breakdown of the phosphoinositol diphosphate or PIP2, or the phosphatidyl inositol or phosphatidyl inositol जो है, जो कंपोनेंट ऑलरेडी जो लिपिड मेम्ब्रेन जो लिपिड कंपोनेंट है मेम्ब्रेन्स का, उसमें ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट होता है. सो जब फॉस्फोलाइपेज सी एंजाइम एक्टिवेट हो जाता है अपॉन बाय द एक्टिवेशन ऑफ द जी प्रोटीन्स, सो ये जो फॉस्फेटिडाइल इनोसिटोल है, ये फॉस्फोलाइपेज सी जो है वो इसकी हाइड्रोलिसिस या ब्रेकडाउन जो है वो कॉज करते हैं. So upon the breakdown of the phosphatidyl inositol, it's converted into its subunits. So one subunit is IP3 or inositol triphosphate. And inositol triphosphate is responsible for the elevated level of the calcium ions within the cell. IP3 जो है वो responsible है calcium ions की, to increase of the level of the calcium ions. या IP3 जो है ये allow करता है, ये एक्टिवेट करता है कैल्शियम चैनल्स को. सो विद इन द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, दोज कैल्शियम चैनल्स दोज आर प्रेजेंट विद इन द cytoplasm, those are located with are associated with the cytoplasmic organelles. साइटोप्लाज्मिक ऑर्गेनल्स के अंदर जो कैल्शियम चैनल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, IP3 जो है वो उसको एक्टिवेट कर देता है या फिर अलाउ करता है कैल्शियम को. दोज आर स्टोर्ड विद इन द साइटोप्लाज्मिक ऑर्गेनल्स. जैसे सपोज एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम है, सो एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम जो है ये इसमें जो एक रिजर्वायर है कैल्शियम आयंस के लिए. सो बाय द एक्शन ऑफ IP3 कैल्शियम जो आयंस हैं ये रिलीज हो जाते हैं फ्रॉम द endoplasmic lumen of the endoplasmic reticulum to the cell cytoplasm. So IP3 का फंक्शन क्या है कि जो स्टोर्ड कैल्शियम आयंस हैं सेल में डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनल्स के अंदर, ये उनको डिस्चार्ज करता है थ्रू बाय द एक्टिवेशन ऑफ द कैल्शियम चैनल्स, and such calcium channels those are associated to certain cellular organelles, for example as in case of the endoplasmic reticulum. So ये जो कैल्शियम आयंस हैं, once they entered into the cytoplasm, then certain kind of the proteins such as the calmadulin are the proteins जो के inactive states के अंदर present होती हैं सेल साइटोप्लाज्म में. और such calmadulin are calcium binding proteins must having the sites for the calcium ions. So calmadulin proteins bears calcium ions and they modified or changed from inactive to their active form. सो कैल्शियम आयंस जो कि सेलुलर ऑर्गेनेल से या फिर इन सर्टेन केसेस ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जो कैल्शियम चैनल्स विच आर प्रेजेंट विद इन द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन और द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, वो कैल्शियम चैनल्स जो है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं, देन दे अलाउ कैल्शियम आयंस फ्रॉम एक्सटर्नल साइट्स और द एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज टू इनसाइड द सेल साइटोप्लाज्म. सो कैल्शियम आयंस मे बी फ्रॉम द external to the cell or maybe the calcium ion are released or discharged from the cell internal sources. Such calcium ions then binds to the calcium binding proteins such as the calmadulin. So calmadulin or the calcium binding proteins then activates by binding of the calcium ions, and then they further then they generates eventually they generates a cellular response or a physiological response. So one component of the which is generated by the breakdown of the phosphatidylinositol is IP3. So IP3 is acts through increased level of the calcium ions, and then the second is the DAG. So जब भी phosphatidylinositol जो है वो डिग्रेड उसका ब्रेकडाउन होगा सब कंपोनेंट्स के अंदर, तो एक कंपोनेंट जो है वो IP3 है, सेकंड जो है वो डायएसाइल ग्लाइसरोल है. सो डायएसाइल ग्लाइसरोल जो है ये इन टर्निंग जो है वो अनदर काइंड ऑफ काइनेजेस which is known as protein kinase C. So diacylglycerol binds to another kind of enzyme, kinase enzyme, which is known as protein kinase C. So ये diacylglycerol protein kinase C की activation cause करता है, and this protein kinase C then phosphorylates some other cellular proteins. और वो जो cellular proteins जिनकी phosphorylation होती है, then eventually they generate a physiological response or a cellular response in result of target hormone. Okay, the third one kind of the chemical messengers which are known as tyrosine kinase second messenger system, or in other words are known as receptor kinases. So in certain cases क्या होता है कि हमने फर्स्ट टाइम प्रीवियस लेक्चर के अंदर डिस्कस किया था कि जो सेल सरफेस रिसेप्टर्स हैं, दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स. सो उनमें से एक टाइप जो थी वो जी प्रोटीन कपल रिसेप्टर्स थे, और उनके केसेस में हमने मोड ऑफ एक्शन को डिस्कस कर लिया. नाउ अनदर टाइप और known as kinase receptors such as tyrosine kinase receptors. So tyrosine kinase receptors are related to another kind of second messenger system. So many protein hormones जो हैं उनके लिए the several protein hormones के लिए जो receptors हैं, those are kinases. So which are switched on by binding of the hormone. So kinases, those are present within the plasma membrane. They act as a receptor for several kind of protein hormone. So kinases जो हैं जो कि so in certain cases ऐसा होता है कि enzymes जो हैं वो भी as a receptor act करते हैं. सो बहुत सारे प्रोटीन हार्मोन्स के लिए काइनेजेस जो हैं वो एज अ रिसेप्टर्स जो है वो रोल प्ले करते हैं। जब इनके साथ कोई हार्मोन बाइंड करता है सो ये काइनेजेस जो है वो स्विच ऑन हो जाते हैं या एक्टिवेट हो जाती हैं। सो kinases activity is related to the phosphorylation of the tyrosine residues on the other proteins. So once first kinase enzymes are activated, then in resulting they activate or add phosphate group to some other tyrosine residues or some other kinases, those are present within the cell. So once first kind of the tyrosine kinases are activated by binding of particular kind of hormone, then in resulting several kind of the or several kinases are activated of the phosphate group or by phosphorylation. So as insulin is an example of the hormone whose receptor is a tyrosine kinase. So as the insulin binds to the its external domain on the cell surface, in resulting a conformational change that activates the kinase domains which is located in the cytoplasmic region of the receptor. So जैसे ही इंसुलिन जो है या जो हार्मोन है वो इसकी रिसेप्टर की जो एक्सटर्नल जो है साइटोप्लाज्मिक रीजन तक पास होता है एंड देन वहां पे जो काइनेसेस होती हैं जो काइनेस इन मैनी केसेस द रिसेप्टर फास्फोराइलेट्स इटसेल्फ एज अ पार्ट ऑफ द काइनेस।
बहुत ज्यादा आवाज कट रही है।
Okay. No, can you hear my voice clearly?
No, ma'am.
Hello, students.
No, ma'am. आपकी आवाज में भी डिस्टॉर्शन।
स्लाइड आपको विजिबल है?
Yes, slides visible है।
Okay. So once again, I am repeating the third kind of the chemical and the example of second messenger system. So they are known as tyrosine kinase second messenger system. So in this case, the receptors for several protein hormones are themselves protein kinases. तो सर्टन केसेस में क्या होता है कि कुछ प्रोटीन हार्मोन्स के लिए जो प्रोटीन काइनेजेस हैं वो इटसेल्फ एज अ रिसेप्टर एक्ट करती हैं विद इन द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन। सो जब इनके साथ कोई हार्मोन आके बाइंड करता है सो ये जो प्रोटीन काइनेजेस हैं ये स्विच ऑन हो जाते हैं या स्विच ऑन हो जाती हैं या एक्टिवेट हो जाती हैं। सो रिजल्ट ऑफ the activation of the kinases or the kinase activity which is associated with such receptors is actually cause the phosphorylation of some other tyrosine kinases or the phosphorylation of some other tyrosine residues on other proteins. So अगर एक काइनेज जो टायरोसिन काइनेज जो है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाता है सो ये बहुत सारे और जो टायरोसिन काइनेजेस हैं या जो और काइनेज एंजाइम्स जो सेल के अंदर प्रेजेंट हैं ये उनकी फास्फोराइलेशन काज करते हैं तो उनको एक्टिवेट कर देते हैं। सो यहाँ पे हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि जैसे इंसुलिन है सो इंसुलिन के लिए जो रिसेप्टर्स हैं दोज आर टायरोसिन काइनेज रिसेप्टर्स। तो जब इंसुलिन इनके साथ आके बाइंड करता है इसकी जो एक्सटर्नल फेज है या जो एक्सटर्नल साइट है रिसेप्टर की सो इन रिजल्टिंग कन्फर्मेशनल चेंज जो है वो सेल के अंदर आता है इस रिसेप्टर में आता है एंड देन दिस कन्फर्मेशनल चेंज लीडिंग टू द मॉडिफिकेशन एट द साइटोप्लाज्मिक रीजन ऑफ द रिसेप्टर। सो उस मॉडिफिकेशन से क्या होगा कि जो काइनेजेस हैं वो एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं एट द साइटोप्लाज्मिक रीजन ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स एंड देन this receptor phosphorylates itself and also activates some other kind of the kinases or cause the activation of other kinases. So the activated receptor phosphorylates a variety of the intracellular targets, many of which are the enzymes that become activated और इन प्रोटीन्स को एंजाइम्स को एक्टिवेट करती हैं. So थ्रू फास्फोराइलेशन. सो फास्फोराइलेशन जब होती है दूसरे एंजाइम्स की, तो या तो एक्टिवेटेड हो जाता है, एक्टिवेटेड और इनएक्टिवेटेड इन रिजल्ट ऑफ फास्फोराइलेशन. So the whole process of the action of the water soluble hormone is known as second messenger mechanism. As we have discussed various kind of the second chemical messengers, including cyclic AMP, including the phosphatidyl system, in which diacyl glycerol also act as a second chemical messenger, in which calcium ions act as a second chemical messenger, and in which IP3 inositol triphosphates act as a second chemical messenger. And in certain cases, kinases are for example, as the tyrosine kinase also act as a second chemical. So, other word is another kind of the mode of action is known as the tyrosine kinases. That is another kind of the mechanism of action. So it's also known as a fixed membrane receptor hypothesis. So fixed membrane hypothesis हम इसको इसलिए भी कहते हैं क्योंकि इनके जो receptors होते हैं, they are fixed to plasma membrane. So they are not moving freely as in case of the lipid soluble hormones. इनको हम कहते हैं mobile receptor mechanism. कि उनके जो receptors होते हैं जो freely move करते हैं within the cell. लेकिन प्रोटीन्स के केस में, या वाटर सॉल्युबल हार्मोन्स के केस में, जो रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर या सेल मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर फिक्स्ड होते हैं, रिस्ट्रिक्ट होते हैं. ठीक है. तो इनका जो एक्शन है, जो देन ये जो सिग्नल है, ये सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन पाथवे के थ्रू ट्रांसमिट होता है. यानी कि फर्स्ट हार्मोन आके सिग्नल देता है जब ये सरफेस रिसेप्टर के साथ बाइंड करता है. देन फिर एक सेकंड मैसेंजर पाथवे जो है उसके थ्रू सेकंड मैसेंजर जनरेट होता है जो कि ये सिग्नल आगे पास करता है. सो इस तरह से क्या है कि वो सिग्नल एक से दूसरी प्रोटीन तक या फिर सेल के दूसरे कंपोनेंट जो है उस तक पास होता रहता है. सो इट्स नोन एज द सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन पाथवे. So the first messenger delivers message to the fixed receptors in the target cell within the plasma membrane, and then this message is passed to the cell where the second messenger initiates or triggers the appropriate cellular changes. The example of the second chemical messengers are as the IP3, DAG, or the calcium ions, or the cyclic AMP. These are the examples of the second chemical messengers. So here you can see the some differences of the intracellular receptors are those receptors those are present at the cell surface. So first of all, the hormones which are bind to the intracellular receptors. So these hormones are lipophilic, are soluble in they are poorly soluble in water, and they are known as lipophilic hormones. As in case of the hormones, those bind to the cell membrane receptors are hydrophilic in nature, and they are water soluble hormones. So lipophilic hormones में steroid hormones and thyroid hormones आ जाते हैं, और hydrophilic hormones में जो है वो protein और peptide hormones are the catecholamines are included into water soluble hormones. जो second जो है जो hormones which are bind to the intracellular receptors, they need a transport proteins to reach the target tissues. इन हार्मोन्स को टारगेट साइट पर जाने के लिए जब ये ब्लड स्ट्रीम से पास कर दें, they must need a transport protein which are known as plasma binding proteins. But in case of water soluble hormones, they do not need any kind of transport proteins, so as they are water, so they do proteins. So next are the in case of water lipophilic hormones, they have long plasma half-lives. So why they have long plasma half-life? As they are present in bound form to the plasma proteins. So their half-life is from certain hours to days. And in case of water soluble hormones or the hydrophilic hormones, they have short plasma half-life or their duration within the plasma, within the blood plasma. So it's consists of just few minutes. So next is another feature of the lipophilic or the lipid soluble hormones is their action is mediated by forming a hormone receptor complex. So their action is mediated by a hormone receptor complex, and their hormone receptor complex are mostly found within the cell cytoplasm. And this complex is not fixed. And in case of water soluble hormone or the lipophilic hormones, their action is mediated by a second messenger or a cell signaling pathway, or is also known as signal transduction pathway or a second messenger, through a second messenger. Examples of the lipophilic hormone such as the steroids or the thyroid, calcitriol, or the vitamin D, and in case of the water soluble hormones are the catecholamines, and the protein or peptide hormones are the examples of water soluble hormones.